Mr President, it's just 3 weeks until the start of another bushfire season. And despite numerous promises from this government, there is still no scheme in place for conditional registration for farm firefighting vehicles. The initial promise was to have this scheme in place by last summer. That would see conditional registration for firefighting assets for use within a short distance of homes. These are often trucks, trailers and water tanks that would only go on the roads during such an emergency, and as such, it's not practical to keep them fully registered throughout the year. There was an initial trial that took place almost 2 years ago during the 23-24 bushfire season, with a promise on the department's website to have a scheme made permanent before the start of the next bushfire season, so coming on to 12 months ago now. In response to this broken promise, we had a debate in this House in November last year. We moved a notice of motion calling for this scheme to be made permanent immediately. The government decided what the best course of action was another trial, and amended that motion to reflect that. This second trial, of course, was completely unnecessary, but if that's what it took to get this scheme off the ground, so be it. The second trial ran until March this year, with the Minister for Transport, Jenny Aitchison, telling budget estimates on April 1st, we have made commitments to New South Wales farmers that we would look at this and we'll have some in place before the next bushfire season, which is, of course, just 3 weeks away. Then in June, after still no action from the government, we learnt through a question in this place that the report on the second trial had been completed and was submitted to the Minister for Roads. And that's where that report sits. That's as far as we've got. The report now sits with the Minister for Roads. So we're 12 months on from the initial fire season when a scheme was meant to be in place, no scheme in place, a litany of empty promises from those opposite, and 3 weeks until the next bushfire season begins. Even today, with rain across much of New South Wales, there are 6 advice level fires, most of them in northern areas where the threat generally starts earlier. We cannot afford to be complacent when it comes to bushfires. We cannot afford to wait on this any longer. So I ask those opposite just to deliver on their promise. We're not asking much, just do what you said you would do. Make the farm firefighting scheme permanent immediately so that rural communities and farmers can get out there and help one another safely in this coming bushfire season.